Hello everyone, back with an IRS tax refund update. On today's episode, as we close out the month of July, still experiencing record high numbers of those still waiting on their refunds, we will recap what has happened over the last several weeks and what the month ahead may look like. Meanwhile, we'll also take a look at the key reason why a significant number of those claiming the earned income tax credit are still having their refunds put on hold and what you may need to do to lift that refund freeze. And as the IRS continues to send out notices to those taxpayers still waiting on their refunds, we previously reported one specific notice they were sending out in error, and now apparently has become such a problem it has forced the IRS to address the issue, so we'll take a look at what they said this week and what to do if you're part of that impacted group. Now, as we come to the end of July, we did see some progress this month with the tax return backlog, but it also showed how bad things still are. We ended up starting the month with 11.4 million unprocessed tax returns remaining, and we'll be ending the month down to around 11 million. Once that final July update is released, we should have seen a decrease of about 500,000 returns in July, which consist of both e-filers and paper filers. The one piece of good news was we did seem to reach the peak of backlog returns and saw the numbers drop for 2 consecutive weeks, which is important for those still waiting. However, the not so good news is that these numbers are still higher than they were back at the beginning of June, and makes it unlikely the IRS will clear the current backlog of returns by December 31st, as they would have to double the amount of returns they process in a week. Now, there's still many of our viewers out there who are still waiting on their refunds who claim the earned income tax credit on their tax returns, and there's a very good chance having claimed this credit is the cause of their refund delay. What we've seen this year is an increase of taxpayers claiming EITC and being requested by the IRS to submit documentation in regards to their dependents. Now, these audits and documentation requests do not apply to just those recently claiming dependents for the first time on their taxes, but those taxpayers who have been doing so for many years now. Furthermore, there's still some of you out there who are not even aware this is the cause of your refund delay and that you need to submit proof of your dependence to the IRS to have that refund freeze lifted. If you're among this impacted group, the IRS was supposed to send you this notice, the CP75 Notice, requesting documentation in regards to claiming EITC. However, in many situations, those impacted taxpayers are not receiving such a notice, and it is only after contacting either the IRS, taxpayer advocate, or their congressional representative are they even made aware this is the cause of their refund delay. Now, one of the reasons why we're seeing an increase of audits and documentation requests for those claiming EITC is because it was determined the IRS paid out $19 billion of improper EITC payments last year, which is roughly 25% of all EITC payments sent. As we've been covering those notices being sent out to taxpayers this year, one notice in particular has been a cause of concern for a number of taxpayers, including some of our viewers, which is the CP14 notice as seen here, indicating they owe the IRS in unpaid taxes. However, as we previously reported, the problem is many receiving these notices in fact do not owe anything to the IRS, and it is yet another notice the IRS has sent out in error this year. Well, finally this week the IRS issued a statement acknowledging this issue, and some payments made to the IRS for 2021 tax returns had not been correctly applied to joint taxpayers' accounts, and that these notices were in fact sent in error. However, the IRS did acknowledge that it may not just be only joint taxpayers impacted, and there could be others such as those single filers. Now, if you paid in full and on time, there's no immediate action on your part, and the IRS will release further updates to those who received it. However, my recommendation is to confirm that the IRS did receive that payment by confirming it was either debited from your bank account or the IRS ended up depositing the check you sent them. The question for those of you still waiting is how much longer will you need to wait on that refund, and that can all depend on when you filed. This month saw reports from January, February, and some March e-filers who reported finally receiving those refunds, along with January and February paper filers, and some February amended tax return filers. If the current trends continue, late March and April e-filers will start to receive their refunds in August, along with March paper filers. For those of you who reached out who have filed after the tax filing deadline, it is expected your wait will carry over into the fall, as it seems, at least in regards to those paper returns, that they're being processed by the month they were filed. Let us know in the comment section below what problem you're currently experiencing. Thank you to everyone who has posted, especially those of you who have indicated you have or are scheduled to receive that refund, as it really helps determine which group of taxpayers are seeing updates. In the meantime, we will keep monitoring the situation for further developments, so make sure to click on the thumbs up and subscribe button below for future updates on this channel, and thanks for watching.